my god.
Already know the vibes, man. We doing days tonight, alright? We about to do a little mukbang for you guys, and we're gonna talk about some controversial parenting topics.
Yep.
While we eat some Dave's hot chicken, man. If you live in LA, you know Dave's is a LA staple. And since we're moving soon, most likely out of LA, we'll keep you guys posted. I'm trying to eat as much LA food as I can. So we got a little Dave's hot chicken. We got the hot chicken with the coleslaw, the pickles, you know what I'm saying? The honey packets, because you gotta put these honey packets on.
That's right.
If you eat Dave's and you don't use the honey, you tweaking, you bugging, you wilding out. And some extra Dave's sauce. You already know the vibe, baby. Let's get it.
Let's go.
So like I said, y'all, the way to do this is to take the honey packet and you literally just like drizzle it on your sandwich. And then to be honest, I like extra pickles. I'm a big pickle guy. Put a little extra pickle on there. We got the Dave sauce as well, which I don't smother it on there, but I do like to add a little Dave sauce because I feel like they don't put enough. Also tried the cheese fries. And lastly, they have mac and cheese there, but we got leftover Big Mac that Langie made for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And to be honest, I like her Big Mac better than I like Dave's hot chicken mac and cheese. So I'm basically gonna put some of that on the burger too, and yeah, you already know the vibe.
Bro, so messy.
So like I said, you guys, we're gonna be doing a little sit down video today, a little mukbang, talking about some controversial parenting topic. I've seen a lot of people ask certain things in our comments over the course of the past almost 2 months. It's almost been 2 months already. About, do you guys do this? Have you tried that? Do you do this? Do you want to do that? And a lot of these topics are kind of controversial. So I thought we'd do a whole video around them and kind of like sit down with you guys and talk to you and let you know our thoughts on these parenting methods, I guess. Starting off with a big one, I feel like a big controversial one too, and that is spanking your kid makes your kid a better human being. Yes or no, baby?
I don't think it's necessarily the spanking that makes them a better human being. I think it's just the discipline in general, you know?
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter how you discipline them. If the discipline definitely makes them a better human being, but I don't think the spanking is, you know, because a lot of kids can take spanking different ways, you know. They can either learn from it or they can either like grow up doing the same thing to other people, you know.
Right.
So I think discipline, yes, but the spanking, I would say it's not making them better human beings.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah.
If you do spank your kids, I don't think nothing's wrong with that.
Yeah.
I got spanked, I got hit when I was a kid. My mom didn't just use her hand, she used a wooden spoon. And I think that turned out just fine.
My dad used the back of a fly whacker. Not to expose my dad, you know, but you know.
Yeah, right. No, yeah, we're not trying to expose our parents, but I think times are different now.
Yeah.
I think in our era, in our era, times were different, obviously, and you know, I'm sure there's still parents that spank their kids, and I think that's completely. Oh, you okay? Good.
Trying to swallow a little too fast.
Yeah, chew your food now. Come on now, don't scare me. You know that's my biggest fear. If you do spank your kid or kids, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's I think it is a way of discipline.
Yeah.
Personally, even though I was spanked as a kid, I'm probably not gonna do that to my son or my kids just because I don't know, I just feel like times are different. You know what I'm saying? I am definitely gonna discipline.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be like super strict, but I also don't want to spoil my kid to the extent that they grow up and they're, you know, just this wild, you know, mess. So definitely gonna discipline, but probably won't be spanking.
Yeah.
This next one, which me and Langie talk about all the time, is letting your kid cry it out. Letting your baby cry it out.
Do you want to start off with that? Want to start off?
Well, we definitely kind of, I feel like, have different opinions on this. I'm not an advocate in you should let your baby cry it out, but I'm also not against it. I think it can be beneficial. I think if you constantly baby your baby too much, not that you can really like baby your baby too much, but you guys know what I mean. Like if you're constant, like if they even start to fuss just a little bit and you instantly go to the crib, pick them up, you know, every time, I feel like they're gonna get too attached in the way of like
they'll get anything they want.
They'll get anything they want as they grow older, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think you should always let your baby cry it out, you know? But I think there's a time and place, and if it's just a little, you know, babies fussing, like that's them communicating, you know? So it's like, if it's just a little fuss or whatever, yeah, I think that's fine. If they're like crying and they haven't stopped for like 10 minutes or something, like yeah, obviously pick them up. But that's my take. I feel like she kind of feels a little different. But I mean,
I agree too, but then I'm a little bit more to the side of when they cry, I like to go and comfort them and, you know, just make them stop crying because...
Right, I mean, I agree. I'm not saying, you know, never. I'm just saying I think there's... If you do it 100% of the time, then they're gonna grow older and be too, you know. I'm
a little bit more on the side too, where if he cries, then I go pick him up because it is his only way of communicating, and he's still a baby. He needs my touch and everything, so I'm like very motherly, and I'm just like, he needs my touch. I need to go comfort him. So that's me, but I do agree on what he's saying. I'm getting a little better at it, so there's nothing wrong with
that. Well, that leads me on to our next topic, which is bed sharing.
Like co-sleeping.
Bed sharing can be done safely and be beneficial for mom and baby. And obviously, yes, that is correct. But also, I feel like if you do it too much, it can, as they get older, you know, they'll become too attached in the sense of like, they could be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. Like imagine 8 years old, like crawling into bed every night. No, it can literally turn into that. If you bed share too much when they're young, they get used to that and they're gonna wanna bed share every single night until who knows how old they are. So I think that's definitely a controversial topic because people have mixed feelings about that. Now, I don't wanna sound like a hypocrite because we have been bed sharing quite a bit lately. And I think that's because it helps us, or it helps, obviously he enjoys it. He likes sharing the bed with us more than he likes sleeping in the crib. And it helps us get a little bit more sleep.
I think it helps him sleep too.
Definitely helps him sleep. He likes cuddling up to her, cuddling up to me, and it's definitely, I mean, I obviously love it too. You know, it's like a more of a one-on-one intimate with your son or your daughter or whatever, and it's just like, wow, like this is my baby sleeping next to you at night. But I think there's definitely a limit to that. Oh,
there is a limit. I totally agree with that. We've been doing it lately, but I know he's still really young, so I don't think he's really gonna get too used to it yet, because once he gets older, then we do plan on like putting him maybe in a separate room when he is okay by himself at night, okay? Just letting y'all know. And I still try to, like, when he's in a deep sleep next to me, I still try to pick him up and put him in his crib so he's not with us throughout the whole night. So that's my thought on it. I'm okay with co-sleeping. I know a lot of people also say that you shouldn't do that, but you know, whatever gets us through the night, you know?
Yeah, but we'll get to a time where we need to like try to, you know, stray off of that, because the older they get, you know, they're gonna want to sleep in our bed every single night, and we'll never have some one-on-one time for one, but for two, they could be 7, 8 years old still wanting to sleep in the bed with us, and that's just, I feel like, I don't want to say that's an issue. You know, again, these are just our opinions on these topics, but personally, I wouldn't, you know, I don't know. I feel like they got to get used to, you know, their own bed. They got to get used to, you know, going to the bathroom on their own, eating on their own, all that sort of stuff. Again, leading us to our next topic, which is nursing to sleep isn't good. Or is it bad? Is it good or bad?
I don't think it's bad at all.
I know some parents out there feel like it's a bad thing to rely on food to put them to sleep. To be honest, man, I'll be nursing to sleep. You feel me? Not off the titty, but like, you know, like I be no, but like I be eating and then like I'm like, god damn, like I'm sleeping. Like, you know, you eat a big ass meal and like then you're just like kind of
slumped.
Yeah, you're slumped. So obviously that happens with babies too, and I don't want to say, I feel like Malachi's crying. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Should we check on him?
Yeah.
Or should we, controversial topic, letting your baby cry it out? No, we'll check on him real quick. Well, you guys, it looks like we're finishing the video with baby Malachi because he is, he's just not having it right now. He woke up from a nap. We tried to, you know, feed him and, you know, relax him and get him to, you know, stop fussing, but This is one of the only things when he's in that stage, that, you know, mindset or whatever, that kind of helps him. Is this little papushki wrap that we have, and when he goes in there and he's with Langie, man, he just
kind of just sits.
All his worries are gone. So anyways, we were talking about feeding, and I was gonna say, moving on to the next topic, not trying breastfeeding and going straight to formula doesn't make you a bad mom.
Definitely not. I do not think so at all. I know that breastfeeding your baby is definitely, I don't want to say better, but it's good for your baby.
Well, technically it is better. I mean, it's with formula didn't exist, what we have, breastfeeding. Yeah. It's human nature, you know what I'm saying? So technically it is better, but I'm with that being said, I'm not saying that it makes you a bad mom. Yeah, it doesn't make you a bad mom or a better mom. I just think it's better for you. But if you go straight to formula instead of breastfeeding, I think that's completely fine. Some people don't want to breastfeed. Some people can't breastfeed. Yeah,
breastfeeding is very mentally exhausting. If you did not know, I went into this like, yeah, I'm gonna breastfeed, you know, but like a week into it, I slowly kind of stopped, just because it's like exhausting. It's exhausting having to keep pumping, having to like remember how to do this and that, and trying to get him to latch, and you know, sometimes he doesn't want to latch, you know, and like breast pumping, like I said, it's just very exhausting. I didn't really understand what they meant by that, but when I went into it doing it, I was like, now I understand.
Also, I can't help when it comes to breastfeeding, but with formula, I can help. I can mix bottles, I can get bottles ready, and you know, all that. Yeah. Speaking of feeding,
he might need to be fed.
He might be hungry. This next topic, off rip, I don't understand. I've never understood. But again, you guys, these are our opinions. If you do any of these things that we're talking about, or if you don't, we don't, you know, that's it's your life, you're the parents, you know. We're first-time parents, so we're just telling you guys and giving you guys opinions based on that. But this next one is baby leash.
Automatically, I'm gonna say no to that one. Well, I mean, I'm not really judging anyone who uses it.
Yeah, no, none of these, if you do or don't, like I said, we're not judging whatsoever, you know. You as a parent, I feel like you're allowed to parent how you want to parent.
Yeah, do whatever works for you.
Yeah, do whatever works for you. To be honest, you ain't never gonna catch us using a leash on our kids, just because, I mean, I don't see him as a pet. Hey, again, I'm not coming at you. I mean, if you do use a leash, explain why. You know, you know, some kids are different than other kids, and I totally understand that, and that's, you know, that's fine. I think everything leading up to using a baby leash is how you raise them the first couple years.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that kind of goes along with all of these, you know, the do's and don'ts and the, you know.
I get you may want your like child to like go explore and all that, and like keep an eye on them, but don't really want to keep an eye. I feel like that's why they use the leash. It's like,
or no, I don't think that's it. I think a lot of the times I've seen leashes in public is when it's a very disobedient toddler. Someone who doesn't obey, someone who's very out of control and stuff. That's what I've seen in public. Now, I could be wrong. Once again, I don't know, and I'm not judging. But I think it all just comes down to
how you raise them.
How you raise them in personal preference, I guess.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna be using leashes though.
You hear that, Melly? You're not gonna be leashed up ever.
We ain't putting you on a leash. Parenting ends at 18 years old.
Definitely not.
Right?
No.
So it's basically saying once your child turns 18,
yeah, you're on your own.
You don't have to parent no more.
No, I don't think so.
I disagree as well. I think in my early 20s, you know, I'd call my dad all the time for advice and stuff, you know, because even if you move out at 18, 19, I mean, you don't know a lot about the world or adulthood, so you're still gonna need help from someone, you know. So I don't think it should end. It's definitely not getting in for me. I'm gonna want to be a parent till the day I die, you know.
So I think once you hit 18, that's when you need your parents the most.
No, true, right?
Yeah, so
that's a good point. Yeah,
once you hit 18, that's just like raising them, you know. But like
obviously you can move out when you're 18. But I don't think as a parent that's when parenting should end.
Yeah, not at all.
All right, y'all. This last one, I feel like it's pretty controversial, but it's become very common, and we've actually spoken on this a little bit as well. iPads in front of kids is wrong. Now I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm just reading these basically off like a list type of thing. You wanna go first?
I don't think iPads are wrong at all. I mean, I think it's like 50-50. It depends on how you use it and how often they use it, you know, because I think it could be very beneficial and like helpful. Like in times, like if you need to do the dishes or something, but the baby won't stop crying, or the toddler, whatever, it won't stop crying, you put up something for them to watch and they're just like zone in.
Right,
you know?
I agree 100%. I think it's all about just the balance. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these topics, I think it's all about a balance. Well, besides the leash, don't put your kid on leash. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's up to you what you do. I think it's all about balance. And I think it's almost, I don't want to say selfish or wrong for us to be on social media and looking at the screen all the time. And then when he's at an age where he's capable of looking at one, that he's not allowed to. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's just kind of my opinion on it. But also, it is all about a balance. I don't want him looking at one all the time. I don't want him always looking at a screen. You know what I'm saying? I want him to grow up kind of the way that I grew up, and you know, playing with toys, going outside, you know, all that type of stuff. I don't want to be surrounded by technology 100% of the time. But he deserves to, you know, I mean, be around technology too at the same time. So yeah, it's all about a balance, you guys, and that's just my opinion on the whole iPad topic. Like you guys know, we mentioned before, we already have an iPad, and I'll most likely be his iPad when he's old enough. But I'm not gonna like hand it to him, hey, use it whenever you want. It's not gonna be like that at all. You know, there's gonna be rules, there's gonna be boundaries, and you know, we're gonna discipline him in every aspect of life for sure. So
we'll basically be in charge of it. So.
Yeah. But with that said, you guys, that is our opinions on these controversial. I don't even want us to do that because I feel like a lot of them are actual controversial topics.
I agree.
That's our opinion on it. We're first-time parents, so we're learning. These are just opinions, okay? If you think differently, that's okay. That's your opinion as well. If you did enjoy the video, definitely drop a like, hit the subscribe button if you're new, click the bell. Next, subscribe button to get notified when the Yorba family uploads a new video. We love you guys. Valley wants us in the video. We love you guys, and we'll see you on Tuesday with a new video.